Alright, let's try it again. So, it's going to be GoPro test number 1. Okay, so this is first GoPro test, running an older session up on the instrument panel, and an old GoPro 4 stuck to my face there. Been a while since I played with these. I am running a mic inside the helmet. This is just kind of a trial test here to see a 2-camera setup. Gonna take a trip coming up in a couple days. I thought it'd be fun to have some cameras to play around with. The bummer is my stuff is old, so the batteries aren't going to last that long, but I can get some shots with them, and hoping to go to some pretty scenic places while I'm gone. This will kind of be taking place of the sailboat trip that kind of fell on its face. Decided, well, we'll get out of the heat anyway, so I'm gonna make a trip over to Ventura and visit my friend Mark. He's gonna kind of give me a base camp. I'll spend the night over there because that'll be about a 7-hour ride, and I got to get through the desert heat. Once I get through that, what I really want to do is head up the coast on US 1. And I went ahead and booked myself a room up at Avila Beach, which is just a beautiful place. I got 2 nights up there. I'm going to go up to Avila Beach, regroup, and then the following day I'm just going to take a ride up US 1. You can't go all the way to Monterey right now because they had a landslide up there, and the highway has been closed for a long time, and it's still closed, but you can go quite a ways. So I figure I'll make it a up and back. I'll just go up and go as far as I want to go, and then turn on, missed a shift, and then turn around, come back to Avila Beach, spend another night. I got a place right on the beach up there. I just said, screw it, let's just go have some fun. You know, the whole trip up to the northwest got kind of boogered up. Nobody's fault, but I still have, I don't know, 10 days off, and got these beautiful bikes here that I'm sure this bike would like nothing better than to get out of the heat too, so make both of us happy, I think. I'm riding a 2017 BMW R1200 RT. It's what they call a sport cruiser. So it is set up that you can take a rack seater. Not as comfortable as like a Gold Wing or something like that would be. It's a little sportier bike. It's a lot sportier as far as performance wise, but your seating position is a little sportier. I know Renee looked at it and she was like, yeah, it doesn't look too comfortable to me. So it looks like the boys are over there working a nursing home call. I'm going to jump out on the highway and then just head on back home. This is just kind of a quick run just to see what these cameras do, if I can make this work or not. just tap it with your foot and it'll just shift right on in, smooth as glass. The lower gears, you know, the first to second and second to third shift, it'll do it, but it's a little jerky, so I just use the clutch on those. And I usually use the clutch on downshifting. Watch this guy here, so I'm kind of riding near his blind spot. One of the things that took a long time to get used to with this bike was smooth starts and stops. And when I say smooth, I mean with respect to just setting your foot down real smooth, not having to like stomp it down to catch it or whatever. Learned a lot from some guys I watched online that have some tips and tricks. A lot of them were retired motor officers. This happens to be a bike that quite often is used as a police cruiser. So a lot of them ride the BMWs, and they do a lot of competitions on them that are just amazing, the control that they have. So I did a lot of work. Before it got hot, I was doing a lot of work on the slow speed control, and because that's where you can really get in trouble. I mean, you can get in trouble anywhere, but you know, anybody can ride it when you're doing 30 miles an hour. The bike will ride without your hands. I mean, you could jump off and it just keeps going. When you get down under 10 miles an hour, that's when the weight of the bike, if you don't manage it right, starts to come into play, and it really takes some technique to manage it, and that's something that I've been learning. I continue to learn, just continue to work on. It's one of the things I like about it. It's a continuous challenge. And I try and ride almost every day that I'm off duty. There are some days that I miss. And frankly, right now, it's flipping hot. I mean, I only ride in full gear. I am wearing, this is a mesh jacket, so the air can kind of flow through it. You'll see a lot of guys riding in t-shirts and shorts and flip-flops. You know, I've spent too many years responding to calls for people that have gone down on bikes. It's always a possibility. I mean, if you ride a bike and you're not thinking about that, you got your head screwed on backwards. And the fatality rate is like 30% or 300% more. I think it's 3 times more. That's what it is. It's an exponential amount on a bike compared to a car, but most of the time you see the fatals. It's A, people doing something they shouldn't have been doing. B, they weren't wearing appropriate gear, especially frickin' brain bucket. I can't even believe people ride without a brain bucket, but I guess they probably have never firsthand seen the outcome. But even if you don't have even if you have a brain bucket on, if you go down and you don't have some kind of slide protection, it's just like being burnt. I mean, the abrasion wounds are just like burns when they're done with you. And in fact, here, the blacktop will burn you. So I don't plan on going down. I mean, but I recognize that, hey, there's a potential. I mean, even if I'm doing everything right, you know, a lot of bikers will tell you it's always the other people that are the ones that are going to cause the wreck. And I'm sure there's a lot to that. See, this is the kind of stuff right here that took a while to learn, to be able to come in. And I didn't even do it that great, but to come in and do a turn like that, slow speed, really took a while. I also noticed too, if I'm riding the other bike a lot, when I switch from bike to bike, I'm new enough that I'll start getting used to, oops, come on. What did I do? I put it up, then I put it down. There we go. I'll start riding the other bike, the adventure bike, and they both have such a different feel that when I get back on the RT, it's kind of like switching airplanes. You get used to one's characteristics, and then when you change, it definitely takes a little bit to get used to the characteristics of that bike again. Not as bad as it was when I first started, but like I said, I'm pretty new, especially for a bike of this size. Okay, I'm gonna go pull these SD cards and see if this worked. So I will catch you later.